Hello and welcome to the second of the Battle Yawn podcast. I'm Jadon.
I'm Jon.
And we are here to do things and talk about stuff.
That's what we do on a daily basis.
Actually, it's true.
Yep.
So, Jon, what do you want to talk about today?
Oh man, I have so many things to talk about.
Tell me about them. You bumped the table.
I did bump the table. I'm sorry, headphone users. I got some fun stuff to talk about.
Do it.
Let's see here. My week has been utterly terrible.
Go on.
I got my credit card stolen.
Oh yeah, that you did tell me about that.
Yeah, I got my credit card stolen. I had to cancel it. And then I was like, oh man, geez, I'm gonna burn off this hatred of getting my credit card stolen by playing some CS:GO. And then I had all my items stolen.
Ouch. Yeah.
It was like insult to I was more upset about my missing items than I was about the freaking credit card being stolen.
I can see clearly where your priorities lie.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem.
In multiple ways. How your money was stolen and how you value your virtual items that do not correspond to anything in physical reality.
All right, so like you know, my money gets stolen on the credit card. I'm just like, oh Jesus, it's not so bad. I'll make some phone calls.
So bad?
I'll make some phone calls. It'll all come back to me. No problem. I got a bank for that. With virtual items being stolen, I'm just like, oh Jesus, there's nothing I can do here.
Well, I guess that's true.
Yeah, there's not much you can do outside of like contacting Steam.
Yeah, but I don't know. To me, I'd still be more upset about my money.
I understand.
Well, yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
That's true. Anyway, I had an interesting morning as well. My grandparents were visiting. They aren't normally from around here, so they were visiting from Washington, which was super cool.
Yeah.
So I was gonna go over to visit them, and because you want to meet up with them. Because it was about lunchtime. I'm like, oh, hey, where are you guys? Where are you guys at? And they're like, oh, we're just in the ER. No biggie. I'm like, what do you mean no biggie? What happened? So I rushed over there. I guess my Nana, that's my grandma, got really, really dizzy and just had to check in. But I'm glad she's doing okay. But, that was a frightening drive over. That was bad. So I got really freaked out.
Yeah,
we're just in the ER. No biggie.
Yeah, no, just the ER. I don't think that like those are two words that shouldn't go together ever.
But they did.
Just the ER.
It happened.
No. It's called an emergency room, not the oh man, I feel kind of dizzy room.
Well, she's been having those. They call them spells for a long time, and apparently this one was especially bad. So my mom forced her to get in the car and drive over.
If she's having spells, they should probably talk to a wizard.
I'm here to talk to you about the Witchcraft Initiative.
Yeah. If she's having spells, then they need to send her to Hogwarts. As a teacher.
She's very old.
As a teacher.
Okay. I thought you were talking about as a student for a while.
She'd be the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher.
Defense. You have no idea how funny that is. Because my grandmother, she's she's this little old thing. I mean, she's not thin or anything, but she's the sweetest thing. She'll bake cookies for people. She's got these old ladies that live in hospices that she writes cards to. She is the sweetest thing who could never hurt a fly. And as soon as you said that, I imagined her up against Voldemort and then suddenly cussing him out. And you just rocked my known world.
Man,
by saying that.
She'd be the best Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. She'd be like, Mr. Potter. She'd also grab that accent and
that accent
and speak in that accent as that teacher.
As that that teacher.
The alternative path that they could go down is that she's that really dick teacher who carves stuff into children's skin. Yeah, I don't know what's worse.
When did that happen?
What was that? The fifth book?
I don't remember. Wait, oh yeah, it was that one chick. It was with that pen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the pen.
Sorry.
The blood pen.
I'm
right?
with you.
So your grandmother could be the scary blood pen lady, or she could just be Severus Snape. I'll let you make that decision. You
don't know what images you're conjuring up. Okay, to give you an image of how sweet she is, back when she was still living. Well, I mean, she still is living in Washington. But well, she was in Washington and she had to go to the ER for something.
Back when she was still living. Pause.
Right. Back when she was still living and not a necromancer.
Yep,
you know. these guys had to take her to the hospital for like some heart trouble, and so like the day after, like she still needs to rest and everything, but she made cinnamon rolls for the guys who took her to the ER and delivered them to them.
That's wonderful.
It's sweet. So as soon as he calls her Severus Snape,
I helped out an old lady today.
What?
I helped out an old lady today.
What'd you do?
In front of a hospital, even in Nampa.
Was it my grandmother?
I doubt it. She
Okay.
had children in the back of her car.
Probably not my grandmother.
Yeah. I was driving to drop off some tables. And like I had to turn left, right? And there's this car that just looked like it was, stalled right in front of the entrance that I needed to go into. In front of the
hospital?
Of the hospital, yeah.
Okay.
And I just immediately went, so I pulled up next to her.
Was that you or your car?
I pulled up next to her and she doesn't say a word to me. She just has like 2 jumper cables in her hands.
Yeah.
And I just go, need a jump? And she nods and I tried jumping her car. Mm-hmm. And then after 5 minutes of trying to jump this old lady's car, the police show up. Oh my goodness. And she was just sitting in her car. She didn't want to talk to me. She wasn't very talkative whatsoever. She didn't say a word, now that I think about it.
That's awkward.
She said nothing to me.
That's not good.
Yeah.
She should at least thank you.
I just realized that. But, after, waiting a little while for her battery to run back up, the police showed up. And, I'm the only one who's outside the vehicle. She's just sitting in her car. Mm-hmm. So I, wave at the police officer, give him a friendly smile. And they, pull up to me and they're like, oh, what's the situation here? And I'm like, oh, I'm just trying to help this lady, trying to jump her car. Oh, so you know this lady? No, I just met her, actually, to be honest with you. Oh, that's rather kind of you. And then
I like how the police are automatically Kronk. That's Kronk's voice.
Yeah. And then one of them stuck with me, and the other one went over and talked to the old lady. And he's just like, excuse me, sir, I'm gonna need your name, whole name. I'm like, whole name? All right, it's John Austin. And he goes, I need that middle name too.
Don't. We're gonna have to. We'll take care of that later. But that's awkward. How they were just immediately suspicious of you just for helping someone.
I think it's just part of procedure that they need your full name and your birthday, so they can just be like, yeah, I dealt with this person today in my reports.
Okay. All right.
So I was like, yeah, there's my middle name and everything. And then they just tried cranking her car over, and I hear the starter go, but it sounds like it's really dry. And immediately I'm thinking that's not a battery problem. That's not something I can help with. And then they come over to me like, what do you think about that problem? I'm just like,
I think it's a problem.
Something's wrong with the car. I mean, if I could just help with anything, I'd be glad to help. And he just goes, I don't think that's a battery problem. And I was just thinking that, actually, to be honest with you, just thinking that. He goes, alrighty then, you want to help me push this car? So, we just start pushing the car, and I don't know what it is about pushing vehicles, but I've had to push 3 vehicles in my lifetime so far, right?
Okay.
So, every single time when you start pushing a vehicle, a group of bros out of nowhere just hey man, do you need help pushing that vehicle? And then
are they just hiding in the bushes?
I don't know where they come from. To be honest, it's just they spawn. They spawn out of nowhere. There's oh man, you're pushing that vehicle. I can help you push with that vehicle. And then just I think it was 6 bros came out of nowhere and just start helping me push this lady's vehicle. And then I go to the police officer. I'm like, I got this lady waiting on me to drop off these tables. Can I get the hell out of here? And he just goes, yeah, thanks for the help. And I just start my truck and go, I'm out of there. I'm out of there.
Again, you need to understand what kind of images you conjure up when you tell these stories of yours. So soon as you said an army of bros, I pictured just these 6 guys in these tank tops with those shades.
That's
and
actually accurate. That's
those
exactly
swag hats.
That's actually
popping
what they
out
look
of bushes and just going, bruh.
Yeah.
You need help with that push? I can push things.
That's exactly
also, I can
accurate.
lift things. You want to know how much I can lift?
That's exactly accurate. And the thing is, the hospital is right next to the rec center, right next to the gym. So these guys are the buff gym rat kind of bros, and they're just bruh, you guys need help pushing that old lady's car? And then just they push the car for us. And
Nice.
I didn't do much.
That's actually fantastic.
It was fun.
I freely admit to having like a slight bias against bros. Not with,
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't really have like a reason. I
No,
guess,
no.
Because apparently from that story, a lot of them are actually super cool.
Yeah, no. Every single time I've pushed a vehicle, bros show up out of nowhere. It just happens.
I swear they hide in bushes.
They hide in bushes or something. They are car pushing. They're ready to be pushing cars. That's all they do.
They're just ready. That is their career path.
That's their career path, is pushing old ladies' cars.
I was gonna save this for later, but boy, have I got a story for you.
Oh, do tell. Tell me.
All right. So of course, naturally, it involves my grandparents.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm at home.
Tell
Well,
me
not
about.
at my home, but
Tell me about
visiting my
Snape.
grandparents. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we just got this new phone, and she was wondering. She heard that you could put music on it. Is there any way we can make that happen?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, no sweat. We can do that. We just have to put it on a computer and then put it to her phone." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Drag
okay."
and drop. Easy peasy.
Yeah. And so, since I didn't have my laptop, I had to grab my father's computer.
Yeah.
And so I open up Windows Media Player, and I thank God to this very day that my grandmother, grandfather, my mother and father were not looking at me or the computer when this happened.
Mm-hmm.
On my father's computer, I open up Windows Media Player, and you know how you can like cycle through like videos and pictures?
Yeah.
So I accidentally click on pictures,
Yeah.
and I don't like what I see.
Oh no.
You want to take a guess what I see?
I don't want to.
You're gonna know.
Oh man.
The porn comes in, and I'm like, "Ooh, buddy. Oh no, my grandmother's sitting next to me. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do about this situation? My mother's on my left, and my father is behind the couch. If they ever find out, their marriage might be in jeopardy. Over 25 years of happy marriage down the drain."
Like I know your parents. And that's
I swear to God, it might just be a virus, and I hope it's just a virus, but I don't know what to feel anymore.
I know your parents.
Yeah, I know, right?
They. That shocks me.
Oh, it's bad.
That's spooky. Like, and with your grandparents there, could you wish for a worse situation to befall you?
I could not. You have no idea the feelings I felt in those 5 seconds.
You're
It's
with her.
if you ever want to feel disturbed, panicked, sweaty, just get me the hell out of here, please, dear Lord. I haven't asked you for anything recently, but I really, really need to get out of this.
So, like, I imagine your grandmother looks over and she goes, 10 points from Gryffindor.
They never noticed.
Never noticed. That's good.
It was close. I instantly ducked back over to the music tab. I'm like, nope, ain't dealing with this.
Do you think that it could have just been some relatively saucy cover art?
Not a chance.
Not a chance. That was not.
Nope.
Nope.
John, I hope it's a virus. I
Okay.
hope that's all it is. And
All right.
for all I know, it is. But in that moment, I didn't know what to think, man. Scary business.
So, speaking about porn viruses, my neighbor's across the street, right?
Yeah. Well, of course.
Yeah. My neighbors that are within relative distance to my house, thus
Yeah.
making them neighbors.
Okay.
So they have a few kids who are way younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like 6 years younger. Not a huge difference. But like by the time that I graduated high school and I had all this like computer degree stuff,
Yeah.
like they kind of respected me as a computer guy because they did not know computers and stuff. So my friend's mother comes up to me and she's like, so I found a bunch of porn on our computer. My
Ooh.
my son says that it's a virus probably that did that. I was just like, oh yeah, totally virus. Hundreds of people are having that happen to them all the time.
Oh, you covered it.
It's a super virus. Jeez. In fact, I had that happen to my computer once, but then I got a good antivirus and it never happened again. Have you looked into a good antivirus? And they're like, we have McAfee. I'm just like, oh yeah, you should switch antiviruses.
You see that and you run the opposite direction.
Like, I have not once heard of a porn virus before. I've heard of getting, like, Trojans and stuff from porn. Like, you know, stuff that logs what your computer's doing and then sends that information to, you know, off-site, which isn't good.
Yeah.
But Nothing that just like specifically downloads porn to your laptop.
John, the more you talk,
I'm
the
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez.
He should have hidden it better. Hidden it.
Father is.
What's
He is not young. He would not know how.
What's even worse is like maybe if like this happens too sometimes if certain settings are correct on laptops, where if you plug in a media device such as a cell phone, like it'll pull up every image on the cell phone.
It wasn't that kind of stuff. So thank God it's not. I did not see my mother naked. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, in heaven above.
That sounds like a worse week than getting your credit card stolen. I will say that you had it worse than I did this week.
I don't know about worse, but geez, it was.
Is that why we were at IHOP and you were just like, traumatized? Was that the same day?
That might have been the same day.
Oh my goodness. You're like, I don't want to talk about it. I want to save this for the podcast. Was that the same day?
It might have been.
It
probably was.
Oh my goodness.
So
if you would have told me there at the IHOP, I would have laughed outrageously loud and made it painfully awkward.
No, that would have been fine. It was like 1 a.m. anyway.
It was 1 a.m.
It was 1 o'clock in the morning. No one would have cared.
We make a habit out of going to restaurants at 1 a.m.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, if you're a night owl like I am, and
Yep.
you just want to get something to eat,
Yep.
why would you go to, like, a McDonald's or something? Well, I mean, other than, like, having no money.
There's no point. 0 point.
Like, you could go to IHOP and just, like, have the whole gosh darn restaurant to yourself and be constantly waited on instead of having, like, one waiter wait, like, 20 tables.
I can tell you, IHOPs in the middle of the night are both the nicest place and the sketchiest place that you'll ever go to.
I can confirm.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Like, at the same time, you're like, oh man, these waffles taste delicious. But geez, that guy with the beard across from us, I feel like might stab me in the chest.
The denizens of late night are both interesting and terrifying. I can testify to this.
And mostly drunk.
Yes.
Mostly drunk.
Mostly.
Yep.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but a good amount of the time, I'd be willing to bet that someone in those places are drunk.
Someone has wetted their whistle, as we would say. Jeez, the more you say about computer viruses that do that not existing, the harder I'm taking it.
I am terribly sorry to break your heart, but I would go with the latter of the two. Like, here, you know what? I'm gonna Google the porn virus just for you.
No, not on your laptop, man. Don't recall images of Vietnam for me. I was at ground zero, son. Ground zero.
I got you. All right.
Jeez.
It's probably
for you viewers at home. If you want to know how awkward I felt, just imagine that happening to you and get back to me. Because, jeez. And my grandmother was on my right. My mother was on my left. And they are both extremely devout Christians.
So, I had something happen when I was in Germany.
What was that?
You know those anime figurines,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I used to have one sitting on the graphics card of my computer.
With you.
Because I was like, oh man, that looks pretty cool. So I took a picture of that.
Yeah.
Then when I was in Germany, I was taking pictures with like both my DSLR and my phone. And my aunt and I would like make a kind of competition to see who took the better picture out of the day. So like I took pictures with my phones because I couldn't be bothered to bring my DSLR this day. That thing is just too big. It's way too big.
Yeah.
So I just took my phone out, and then we were comparing pictures at the end of the day, and I swiped one too far.
Uh-oh.
And then there's just an anime chick on top of a graphics card, and I immediately go swipe.
Swipe left, ladies.
I swiped as fast as I could until I like arrived on something interesting. Like to give you perspective, there of the other pictures that I were swiping past really quickly, one of them was Wolf Job.
For you guys at home who may not know what Wolf Job is,
don't Google that.
Don't Google it.
Don't Google it.
Let us just describe it for you.
Yeah.
It is a naked man receiving a hand job from a wolf.
Yeah, from like a realistically rendered wolf. And the guy looks like Ken from Barbie.
Again, we do not recommend that you look this up.
Don't Google this.
But we cannot compel you to do it one way or the other. If you do Google it and you do not like it, do not blame me. Because shit's nasty.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. But it's like really funny to send your friends when you're like
So,
at an awkward
let me just send
conversation.
this nasty picture to my friends. Is
Yeah.
that what you're thinking?
Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. I do that to people. It's mostly like they're just like, I don't know what to say to you right now. I'm just like, okay, you're getting a wolf job, and then they immediately know what to say to me.
Is this how you get conversations started?
Nope.
You go to the bar. A pretty lady's sitting across from you. You don't offer to buy her a drink. You show her a wolf job. Clearly.
Yeah, clearly, ladies.
Life tips.
Ladies, if you want to see pictures of wolf job, I'm your man.
Have I got them for you?
Have I got them for you? So the internet says your suspicions are correct. There's no such thing as a porn virus.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Porn does not download itself to your computer.
Okay. Now that I have this information,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it, so I'm just going to not say anything
Trust me. My aunt, who I love very much, saw terrible things on my phone, and I swiped right really fast until I found something not so terrible. And I was just like, hey, look at that instead. And forget about everything that you ever saw. You saw nothing. That anime person on my graphics card with don't think about it. It never happened.
If you saw...
Like as anime figures go, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't so bad. It was just a girl, and she had a like a beach volleyball, and that was it.
Bikini.
Yeah.
Bikini, okay.
Yeah.
But this is just a tip for any parents that might be watching. Don't burden your offspring with that sort of thing.
Yeah, no.
If you watch that thing, keep it to yourself.
Definitely keep it to yourself.
Please. Anyway.
I don't think I'm pretty dang lucky in the sense that I haven't had to deal with that ever.
Either they're very good at hiding it, or you just have better parents.
I don't know.
After that, what happened? I don't know, man. I would have to agree with you.
The only thing that like my mother does on her laptop is play Farmville.
Or so she would have you believe.
And the only thing that my dad does on his laptop is watch YouTube videos.
Or so you think.
It's really annoying though, having my dad watch only YouTube videos and he doesn't have like a pair of headphones. I really think that he needs a pair of headphones.
He just blasts them.
He just blasts his laptop, and he's really big into the TV show The Voice.
What? No.
So like,
no.
Every second of every day that he's like not at work, all I hear in the background is just like crappy vocals.
For you people at home who may not know how awkward this feels to me, who has not grown up with this man is a man's man. He collects guns, he eats steak.
What? Yeah, okay, you're talking about...
He watches The Voice.
Yeah, no, his favorite show is The Voice and The Walking Dead. And he didn't even like The Walking Dead for like the first season. And then he liked it.
The Walking Voice.
The Walking Voice.
That would be...
I would like that show, actually. The Walking Voice would be amazing. It'd just be like, hi, how's it going? It's just a pair of lips. It's just a pair of lips with legs, and it walks around everywhere.
But then how would it be a zombie?
It also eats other walking lips.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So, process of elimination is literally process of elimination.
Yep.
The viewers vote for who to eat next.
Yep. It'd be
Actually,
amazing.
that might...
I think that'd be a great show.
John, I think we have found our future career.
Call up NBC, get us on the line, pitch
and we
the
will,
Walking Voice at them.
We will revolutionize television forever.
Yep. Whatever lip with legs sings
that you
worse.
Want to see. We can... This would be great for people with a leg fetish.
Yes. Maybe.
Zombie leg fetish.
Like a
to
leg.
Be precise.
Like a leg and lip only fetish. There's one guy out there who's just like, oh man, it's my show. Oh man, it's my show.
I can't get behind that. I'm sorry.
He's just like, I only like legs and lips. The rest, I can't do with that.
Like, I'm not going to discriminate against you, but I just want to know. Why?
Someone likes it. Someone out there likes it.
I can kind of understand legs.
Yeah.
Can't get just the lips.
I have a problem. Like, it's springtime now, right?
Yeah.
You drive around, right?
Okay.
And you see a jogger, and immediately, there's just, only legs that you can see. Right?
Okay.
Right? And you're just like, oh, dang. Oh, dang, look at them legs. Oh, jeez, I want that. And then as you drive past, you you try to get like an age check on that person, and immediately
May I see some ID?
Immediately, like as you drive back, you like look at them and you like size them up really quick. You're just like, oh crap.
Oh no.
Oh shoot. So like I feel like the worst person in the world because every time they're like either below 12 or like over 70.
Viewers, John's a pedophile.
I'm not a pedophile. I swear.
He's denying it.
I swear it.
He needs help.
No, I swear it. I swear. It's just I like seeing jogging chicks, and then most of the time
that are 12.
Most of the time,
and just 12.
Most of the time they're just 12. Like
you're not setting up a very good defense for yourself, John.
We live close to a college town too.
Yes, problems.
We live close to a college town, and like it's never like girls.
A college town where he chooses to look at 12-year-olds.
And there's like never any girls my age jogging around. That's what I want.
Because you never see them because you only look at 12-year-olds.
That's what I want. Not the 12-year-olds. The jogging part.
Okay, we'll say that's the case and move on, and hopefully get you help soon.
And the police are on their way now.
Yeah.
Yep, they're almost here. We better wrap this up in 5 minutes before the police get here, Jadon.
I guess. I don't know. Speaking of school, jeez. I know last time in the last podcast I said that I usually did my homework.
Yeah.
I didn't on one particular occasion. So I totally spaced this like huge presentation in it was either my junior or my senior English class.
Yeah.
We had to read a book, and for whatever reason, when we first signed up for projects, I was reading a new book called Crime and Punishment.
Oh, it's a good book.
And then the due date rolled around, and I was not even halfway through.
Oh, jeez.
So the night before, I was panicking, and I knew I couldn't finish it in one night and make a decent presentation.
Well, all right, Jadon. What was the speech on?
I can't even remember because I BS'd the whole thing.
What was this speech on the book?
Yeah, it was supposed to be like based on the book and
you could be like
what you learned.
You could be like, all right, so at one point there was some crime, and then the person who did the crime got punished. But then at another point there was some more crime, and it was the Punisher who got punished.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Like, this was before I really heard of Spark Notes. So, being a little idiot, I'm like, okay, I will focus the majority of this 10-minute presentation on the goriest parts of the book so people get really drawn in and really interested.
Wow, that's a different way.
No, it worked. I swear. Because I described, like, the crime, which is this guy straight up butchering these two people with an axe.
Yeah.
In gory detail.
Yeah. For,
like, 8 minutes. And then I wrapped it up like, oh, and the end of the book is he gets caught and learns his lesson. And like I got an A+ on an entirely BS presentation on half of a book.
Wow.
Remember that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
If you want people to think that your presentation was awesome, just focus on really startling and really disturbing things.
What he's saying is just make them really uncomfortable until you win.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how my dad won when I was...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We're going back to that, huh?
It applies. It applies. No, seriously.
It does. It does. Yep. He wins.
He is effectively... I can't say anything. He has shut my mouth.
At least it wasn't like videos, and it was just pictures.
There might be videos for all I know. Well, I'm not going to look.
I mean, if a video played and made noise, you would have been done.
Oh, yeah. It would have been all over.
You would have been all over.
All over.
So, in my junior year, I also had to do a book report.
Yeah.
And, like, I was like, oh, geez, what will make me seem like the most that I know stuff of? And then I looked for a book around my house because, I didn't read anything.
Well,
No, I didn't read a word before this book report. At all. Before this book report. In fact, I didn't even have a book lined up to do a book report on.
Oh, snap. You've taken it to the next level, son.
So, like, as you're like, oh, shoot, I have to turn in that book report tomorrow. I have to do that speech in front of my English class. So I just looked through the bookshelf, and we have a relatively small bookshelf, and it was full of Tom Clancy books, just only Tom Clancy books.
Of course.
And I remember choosing Something in the Kremlin.
I'm not familiar.
Anyways, it had a picture of a blackbird on it.
Okay.
And I was just like, I got this. So I grabbed that book, and I read the synopsis on the back of the book.
Back of the book?
And then I did my whole report
on
the synopsis of the book.
Goddamn cover.
Didn't read any of it. Not a word. I can't tell you what that it's about. All I know is that there's a Kremlin and there's probably bombings in it. And I
And
just
you
like,
win.
and I looked at the back, I did my report, and the best thing was is it was peer review, right? So I was graded by my peers. So everyone had a little paper, and they all gave me A's because public speaking.
Oh, yeah. I like how you just proved my theory.
Yeah. So like they all gave me A's on public speaking just because I read the back of the freaking book. And then I like the teacher, because everyone was just getting graded by each other, the teacher was forced to give me A.
Oh,
but like
nice.
when she turned back my paper, like with her review on it, she's like, the class gave you an A. And then like for the teacher's note, there was just like one little section that said, read the book next time. And it had ... but I still passed the dang book report because it was on just speaking.
Exactly. See, you have proven my theory. You just fake out the audience, and you
know your audience, and then play to them.
And then disturb them.
Play to them.
But seriously.
That's how you win.
So I think we're going to leave you with the image of going onto your parents' computer and discovering their nastiest secrets.
It's the worst.
Keep that in mind as you go about your week.
Do you want me to take care of this for you?
Go ahead.
All right.
So next time on Battle Yawn, I hand Jon a pistol.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.